2026 is coming. In Nigeria, the citizens are not smiling, and neither are the government. Because from January 1st of 2026, a new tax law will take place, changing the entire social and economic landscape of the country. Citizens who have never paid tax in their whole lives will now begin to pay taxes, compulsory by the government. A lot of Nigerians are devising schemes to escape tax, and the government has come to say that they will arrest anybody who is planning to escape taxes and prosecute them, as that is a criminal offense against the law. There have also been calls to the presidency by the opposition to suspend the tax laws, but the presidency has replied saying it is not suspending any tax laws and is upholding this for the country. In this video, we will explore Nigeria's tax laws and we will explore exactly how people are legally avoiding paying tax and other things you need to know about these tax laws. If it's your first time on our YouTube channel, consider clicking that red subscribe button and turning on the notification icon just so you do not miss out on our future channel and our future video from this particular YouTube channel. So stick with me as I explore these tax laws with you. You know, ignorance of the law is not an excuse, so make sure you do not fall victim for any tax law violations in 2026. The presidency on Wednesday rejected calls for the suspension of President Bola Tinubu's recently signed tax reform laws, insisting the legislation was unstoppable and will take effect from January 1st of 2026. This was as opposition figures warned the policy could deepen hardship and trigger severe social and economic consequences. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, in an interview with The Punch, said the reforms had already been passed by the National Assembly and endorsed by the president, forcing critics for raising objections late. The law has been passed by the National Assembly. It has been endorsed by the president, and some people are just waking up when they should have made known their objections long time ago. Onanuga said, "The law is unstoppable, and by January 1st of 2026, by the grace of God, the implementation will begin, and there is nothing to fear. This development will harmonize most of our multiple taxes, and it also excludes the low-income workers from being taxed." He added. Onanuga described the reforms as revolutionary, arguing that the new regime would enhance tax revenue for the benefit of Nigerians, while dismissing calls for suspension as inconsistent with right-thinking Nigerians. He said, "But some people are saying that it should be implemented. We can see that they are not on the same page with right-thinking Nigerians. It's a revolutionary law that will enhance our tax revenue with the benefits of all Nigerians. For them to say we should not implement, it's too late to raise objection. The law as it stands today is unstoppable. It's already been implemented anyways." His response came as the national opposition movement demanded the immediate suspension of the tax plan's implementation, warning that forcing it through would worsen the living conditions of Nigerians. Addressing a press conference on Wednesday at Yaradua Center, Abuja, the NOM spokesperson, Chile Ibawa, said Nigerians are already struggling with poverty, unemployment, and rising living costs, insisting the new tax regime would be punitive. The NOM, a coalition of citizens drawn from various opposition parties, said it monitors policies affecting Nigeria's security, economy, and overall prosperity under the Tinubu administration, while advocating national liberation and transformation. President Tinubu recently signed 4 major tax reform bills into law, marking what the government has described as the most significant overhaul of Nigeria's tax system in decades. The laws include the Nigeria Tax Act, the Nigeria Tax Administration Act, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Act, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act, all operating under a single authority, the Nigeria Revenue Service. The reforms are designed to simplify tax compliance, expand the tax base, eliminate overlapping taxes, and modernize revenue collection across federal, state, and local governments. The laws are scheduled to take effect on January 1st of 2026, following a 6-month transition period for public education and system alignment. However, the reforms have continued to attract mixed reactions nationwide. Reacting, Igbawa described the plan implementation as shocking and punitive, arguing that Nigerians are already struggling to meet basic needs. This new tax plan must not take off now. Its implementation must be suspended immediately. This is not a tax reform. It's a weapon fashioned against the economic well-being and social security of suffering Nigerians, he said. You cannot tax hunger, you cannot tax poverty, and you cannot tax people into prosperity. Since coming to office, President Tinubu has shown that his priorities are not with ordinary Nigerians, but with a few oligarchs tied to his economical and political interests. He warned that the country risks multidimensional failure under the current policies, threatening democracy, security, and human development in West Africa. According to him, the combination of fuel subsidy removal, naira depreciation, food inflation, and rising electricity tariffs has pushed households and small business to the brink. What the government is rolling out in January is not a tax reform. It is an assault on the livelihood of ordinary Nigerians, he said, alleging that low-income earners and the unemployed will be disproportionately affected. The group further accused the administration of tolerating high-level corruption while placing additional burdens on citizens, likening the tax drive to what it described as the reckless removal of fuel subsidies. The National Opposition Movement demanded the suspension of the tax take-off date. Nationwide consultations involving labor unions, civil society groups, small and medium-scale enterprises, and state governments, as well as social protection guarantees tied to any reform. Other members of the movement include Aisha Yusuf, former Minister of Sport or Youth and Sports, Solomon Dalong, former Director General of the PDP Governors Forum, CID Madu Abum, and Dr. Amade. Meanwhile, a group of lawmakers in House of Reps on Wednesday alleged that the tax reform passed by the National Assembly and signed by the President were altered after passage, raising questions about the legality of the versions currently in circulation. This has been a matter that have been on the news in the past few months. And if you've enjoyed our video, kindly click that red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so you don't miss future videos from this channel.